And now here's the shot-by-shot breakdown of the submerged map. Let's dive right into the video. You see what I did there? Watch till the end of the video to know when it is going to release and how to download it. This map is completely based underwater, and here we have two options, lower deck and upper deck. So now we choose upper deck, and that takes us here. Notice that there's a huge tank in the center filled with coral and probably in the lower deck. Let's move on to the task, and you can pause it and check it out if you really want to read it. If you go to the bottom left corner, you can see a blue color aquarium or a tank inside, and with a bit of dirt too. When we zoom over to the top left corner, we find a pile of mushrooms and some directions to some of the places in the map. Then we move on to our first task, and here's a small volcano to the left and an overview of the other parts of the map. We would have to pay for sweets in this task. Well, this task is basically like the asteroids in the scale map. And in this we have a tape task when we have to fix a wall. If you zoom into the left, you can find a new type of vent which is in a submarine. Wow! Next we have a puzzle task which is really difficult and complicated to solve. And at the top left we have an angry bird wearing a submarine mask. For the next task we have a ball or a balloon blaster, but here we have to blast the dirt out of the compartments. Well, it sure is creative. Then we have a camera fixing task in electrical, followed by a creepy task which involves killing or mass murdering people. Wow, this is just freaking crazy. We should probably wear a mask so that an infectious gas doesn't affect us. I also love the way that they have designed the new bodies. And here, instead of having a card swiping task like in the airship, they have a switch rotating task. But then you realize that you are in a vent that doesn't have a lid, and then you get caught. Well, let's just go to electrical to check for some tasks. Oh my god, this is gonna take forever. Here we have a completely different kind of camera setup in which we have different tabs which are open already.
If we move back to the beginning, we can see a black color outline, mop and a bucket here. So that is a task. So in Among Us, whatever has a black outline is basically a task or a thing that moves. So here's a door which probably leads to the elevator, and I think this is the button to switch on the elevator. Let's play this. And okay, see, the elevator just comes down, and look at the dead bodies here. They love the design. And I think for getting in the elevator, you have to press this button to go up or down. There are two decks, a lower deck and the upper deck. The lower deck probably consists of the submarine, and the upper deck is probably the observatory or the things that we can see from on the top of the water. And if we move forward, we can see a lot of corals here and a lot of dirt which is probably accumulated due to the dirt in the submarine.
Okay, so this right here in the top right corner, you can see a vent here. So you can know that it's a vent by looking at the top and the bottom parts. The top part has a black outline and even the bottom part. So you can go from the top floor to the bottom floor and vice versa. So this is so awesome. And there's this mask task right here which was shown before in the video too. Watch till the end to know how the mask task actually works.
Okay, well, probably in this task we would have to pay for the sweets that the game tells us to, and we have a bunch of denominations here. So this is a pretty nice and simple task. Let's move on. And this is basically just like asteroid, as I have told before. If you zoom into the left, as I've already told you, there's a vent shaped like a submarine, but I don't know where that actually leads us to. So for now, we only know the opening of this vent. This task is pretty difficult to solve because I don't know how you're going to solve it. But if you really want to solve it, you have to just see the opening and the closing. This is basically like the Where's My Water game, in which you just have to connect the pipes. And the pipes seem difficult, but they're not that difficult. You have to see the pipes or the places that which you can turn, and then you just have to connect from this blue line to that blue line. So my suggestion is basically that you can start one from here, and then go on like that, and until you connect all of them and you can finish the task. But this is probably one of the most difficult tasks in the game. And if you look closely, you can find an elevator on the right. This elevator is shown in the other trailer which 5UP has released, and this can go up and come back down. I think this is the top floor of the elevator because I cannot see anything on the top over here, so probably it goes down. So this is basically like a bubble shooter but this is in the engine room where we probably have to remove some of the dirt or the corals so that this thing starts beginning to work again. Okay, if we go back to this, we can see that this is near the electrical, and on the left there's a mask task which we had seen before, and probably O2 is there on the top left, and I don't know if that is O2, but they look like tanks, so it's probably O2. And if we come back to the mask task, so as we can see there's a timer here. So basically this timer is either the timer for them to wear the mask or the number of masks left so that they can collect and do not die. And here we can see a picture that we have to wear the mask so that we do not get infected by the gas. And continue. So others had not worn the mask and they had probably died. And in this task we have to either scan or mostly move the switch, and we'll be allowed to go through the door. And if we look closely, there's a bin here which has a outline, and I think that is a task too. And on the right, I think that is an elevator that we had seen before, which would either go up or down. But this vent here, right here, is open, and you can see the lid of the vent right here. And he just found out that he's the imposter. Wait, this task is awesome. But in the other Among Us map, you have to do like 3 electrical tasks to complete the whole task. So I don't know if they're gonna have 3 separate tasks for this one or only one long wire task for this. As we can see that there are 4 cameras in the upper deck and there are 3 in the lower deck, and the imposter is just killing him, and this guy is just looking at what they're doing. The mod symbol that we can see in the top right corner is basically a watermark that 5up had added so that they would know the difference between an actual official Among Us map and a modded version that, or a modded map that 5up had released. So I think Among Us told them to add a watermark which stated that it is a mod. So if Among Us really likes this map, they could actually add it to the public Among Us game and we could all enjoy it.
The new map that we've all been waiting for is currently being streamed on Twitch and is gonna be publicly released at the end of July, which is mostly after the 20th of July. I know you all love this map and you'll be probably wondering, where's the merch for these maps? Well, don't worry, I have merch especially for this map. Go to the link in the description and check out my awesome Among Us Submerged Map merch. You're gonna love it. So just go to the link in the description and check it out. Click the video on the left to know how to get free skins, pets and hats in Among Us. And if you want to know how to play Among Us with no kill cooldown, click the video on the right. Hit the subscribe button because I'm going to be bringing more content like this on this topic. And until then, I will see you in a few seconds.